EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the inner harbor of Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. Off we go here in Baltimore. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Now the first carry for King Henry. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Zach Baum, the All-Pro, makes the stop. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. And it's 3rd down coming up.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Three plays in and a test. It's 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield. Jackson to his big target, Andrews, for the Baltimore first down. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
He's made his presence felt throughout this opening quarter. They better figure out a way to slow him down defensively. Otherwise, he's in store for a monster game.
Second and inches. Jackson up top again. Open man is Bateman. He's got him.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what the week's plan was, and that was to get the quarterback in a rhythm right out of the gate. You got to imagine as the game unfolds, they'll sprinkle in some runs. But so far, it's been their passing game to get this game started, and that last one results in a first down.
First and 10 now from the 36. On the give, here's Henry. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
The size, the speed, and the strength of this defensive tackle was on full display, Mike. He defeats the block, strikes the ball carrier at their line of scrimmage. He's able to bring him down, keep it to no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing Jackson. That's caught. Derrick Henry. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. 14 on the pickup. 1st down, Baltimore.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Jackson now to throw on 1st down. That's taken in. It's Tez Walker. And he'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
So you find yourself down here in the red zone. This is where it's critical for the quarterback, Mike, to understand he's only got 2 options. Put the ball in a spot where your guy can catch it or in a spot where nobody can catch it. And unfortunately for them, this time ends up being the latter.
Another shot at it from the 9. 2nd down and goal. To the air one more time with Jackson. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the 1st quarter of play. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins as they will see what they can do with this 3rd and goal. Again, it's Jackson. That's in the end zone and intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as it'll come out to the 20.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, Mike, you know the old saying, the more tight ends on the field, the better. And in this case, it worked out perfectly. A lot of big bodies on the field, hat for a hat. Nice job there by the back, picking up a good gain.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Once again, it's Barkley. And he will have the 1st down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the 1st down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Georgia.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Now it's Jackson. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. Jackson to his big target, Andrews, for the Baltimore first down. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over, and now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly.
Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance. We are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 11. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Now it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And this effort won't do it. He needed to get to the 45. He's a yard or 2 short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Room here to run. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Jackson now. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Now a 2nd and 10. And with the play clock getting closer to 0, John Harbaugh is going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Ravens will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Looking to put a drive together. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he showed a nice little juke, but then the window quickly closed. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They are going for it. Penix. And that's caught inside the 35. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Robinson on a give right side. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson, 30 yards. And the Falcons are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back one, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw with Penix. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and a big sack at that. This remains a 1-point game. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Jackson. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Operating from the gun, Penix. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Ravens are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued. Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. After the interception, here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he goes out right around the 39. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving. And Jackson throwing once more. A short one there, caught by Likely. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it's 2nd down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive. Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Looking deep here for Flowers. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Here now, 2nd and 4. They'll throw now on the final play. That one deep for London. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
A third quarter now, at a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll go play action here with Penix. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 33 yards that time.
You just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Robinson up the middle. And room there to work it inside the 25. From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 2. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. A play fake. Now Penix. Crossing route incomplete. He's got Pitts. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Play action. Here's Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
They force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing is Hurts. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. From the gun, it's Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Hurts. He's got it. Touchdown. Grant Calcaterra from 8 yards out. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said. Better team at home should steamroll them. And we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go out and prove it right now.
Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Complete at the 1. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. Smith. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Smith now to throw. That's to Bowers once again. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now Smith. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 6-0 our score after one. Second down and 3. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Returning right back to Lockett. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Smith. That's going to be caught. Touchdown Raiders. Trey Tucker, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now 2nd and 3. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Carlson on for the PAT. And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Looking to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And, oh, no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up fourth down. It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. They'll look to throw again. Oh, it's complete. A diving grab there by Brown. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on fourth down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the first down. It's now first and goal.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Barkley is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
And a call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. Hurts will throw. Throws right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the three-point shot, and people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. To throw is Smith. That is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Short throw caught by Bowers. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Third and 5. Now Smith. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. The final shot here before break. Smith. And he rifles one incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Here's Smith. Short throw caught by Bowers. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Geno now to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Here's 2nd and 3. Now Geno. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Smith throwing again. Open man is Tucker. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
Throwing is Smith. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
We are 20 minutes south of downtown Buffalo. It is Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park, New York. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the San Francisco 49ers and the Buffalo Bills. Let's get this going. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson, Eddie Pinheiro to get it started. And off we go in Western New York. He's going to elect not to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision as this ball comes out to the 35. Allen gonna throw to get things going. A short throw caught by Kincaid. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 4. Allen. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. All over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
It's 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Allen. Pass complete, right side to Kincaid. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. To the air once more is Allen. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he is out of bounds at the 31-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
To throw once more, here's Allen. This one brought in by Curtis Samuel.
That's not the type of play that's going to end up on a lot of end-of-the-season highlight reels, Mike, but listen, sometimes those little check-down crossers produce some positive plays. Stay ahead of the chains.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 4. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Allen to throw again. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. How about 4 catches on this drive alone? Time to change the defense. This one gets him another first down. To throw again, it's Allen. That's to Kincaid once again. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. One more time going up top with Allen. That one taken in. Curtis Samuel. Touchdown Buffalo. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Tyler Bass now for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Bills will take a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Here's Sky Moore now to return it. He'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. He'll throw to begin with Purdy. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Purdy now on 2nd down. That is intercepted. Picked off by Christian Benford. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. And that just adds to the start for this one. They walk down the field to get the touchdown, and then the defense joins the offensive party, Greg. Each side has scored a touchdown early on.
Yeah, and you just can't draw up a worse start than this, Mike. I mean, not only to allow the opposing team to go down and score on their first drive, but then to follow it up with a pick six. You find yourself in a big hole here early. Do they have enough to dig their way out?
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 1 quarter in the books. The Bills with the early advantage. It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back after this. Throwing on first down is Purdy. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
And their offensive struggles just continue to show up time after time here in this first half. It's going to be hard to sustain drives when you continue to put themselves in holes on these early downs like they did here.
Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
They've got to find a way to free him up, and whether that's moving him around the formation or using some pre-snap motion to get him better looks. But right now, it's been a lot of double coverage. It's been a lot of tight windows, and if they're going to have more success today on the offensive side of the ball, especially in the passing game, this offensive play caller needs to be more creative freeing him up.
He finds his big receiver. That's Jennings. 23 yards on that pass play. First down, 49ers. To throw once more, it's Purdy. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
Back to the air again is Purdy. Downfield, he's got the big target, Jennings. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. That is a big gain for the 49ers. 32 yards. Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it first and goal. Here's Purdy again. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. Wow, the coverage excellent there. It'll bring up second and goal.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
A play fake. Now it's Purdy. He's got his big tight end, Jake Tonjes. Touchdown, San Francisco. The tight end using the middle of the field. I got a tight end next to me who's caught 60 NFL touchdowns, knows how to operate down in those spaces.
And that was my favorite place to operate, Mike. I always had this rule. The closer you got to the middle of the field, the worse they got at defending the pass. So that's where I wanted to work, and that's where this guy was working and leads himself to a touchdown.
On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. And this is no good. He missed the extra point, and that will keep the score right where it is. So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Allen going to throw on 1st and 10. That's to the left side where he's got Kincaid.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Here comes 2nd and 4. From the gun, throw here for Allen. That's going to be caught by Kincaid. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Allen to his tight end Kincaid, and the Bills have a 1st down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
All alone is the tight end Kincaid. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Here's a 1st carry for the man from Kentucky, Ray Davis. And he'll take this forward for about 5. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. There's that man again, another catch. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. How about 4 catches on this drive alone? Time to change the defense. This one gets him another 1st down. From the gun, here is Allen. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're 2nd. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. To the air on 2nd down. Here's Allen. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Bills.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the 1st half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you